Good morning children. Today we are going to see about the Prose 9, a bicycle in a good repair. If you wish to go a bicycle long ride, the bicycle could be in good condition. If possible, that on an expert mechanic should be overhauled it. But what happens if the machine has a will of its own and mechanics knows to nothing? So ஒரு பைசைக்கிள் ரைடு நம்ம எங்கேயாவது போகணும்னு நம்மளுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே ரொம்ப ஆசையாக இருக்கும். அதுக்கு நம்ம பைசைக்கிள் ஒரு பெர்ஃபெக்ட் கண்டிஷனில் இருக்கணும். ஸோ அதுதான் எப்படி இருக்குது. ஸோ இந்த இதில் அதை பற்றி நம்ம இப்போ பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஸோ த ஆத்தர் அண்ட் ஹிஸ் ஃப்ரெண்ட் டிசைடட் டு கோ ஃபார் அ பைசைக்கிள் ரைட் ஆன் அ ஒன் மார்னிங். ஸோ த ஆத்தர் காட் அப் ஏர்லி தட் டே. ஆத்தர் காட் அப் he tried his bicycle and was glad. So his friend came in half an hour later. He asked the other to how his bicycle ran. So the author made an enjoyable remark. So he said easily enough in the morning, goes a little stuffy after a lunch. He meant to say that it is a pleasure to cycle in the morning, but it comes a little annoying to do so after the lunch in the afternoon. So the friend pretended to be an expert on the bicycles. He took the bicycle by the front wheel and shook it violently. Then he said, "This front wheel wobbles." So the author did not like his shaking. He said, "Don't do that, you will hurt it." The friend would not listen that. So he asked the author to bring a hammer. So the author went to the tool shed. In that meantime, the friend had taken out of the wheel. He remarked that so it looks as if bearings were all wrong. The author said him that not trouble about it anymore. So the friend, however, opened the wheel and the air rolled out of it about a dozen of little balls. He cried and asked the author to help him gather all the balls. He also added that the loss of balls could make a serious difference to the machine. It took half an hour. They had been able to gather 16 balls. The author put them safely in his hat. Next we move on to the second part of this. The friend wanted to see the chain as well. For that he had to take off the gearbox. The author tried to stop them. Some experienced friend but advised him never to touch it. So if anything went wrong with the gearbox, the bicycle would become useless. So the friend was, however, not willing to accept anything. He not only took off the gear case, so he made the two pieces of it. He lay one of the grooving for screws. Many a time the author felt like throwing his friend away. So throwing his friend away, he could make however he not to be discourageous to him. The friend not gave up looking for screws. He gave him attention to the chain. He tightened it so much that it would not move. Then he loosened it till it was twice as loose as before. Then the friend decided to put the front wheel back into the place. The author held the fork up and the friend worried with the wheel when it failed. Then changed the positions. At length the wheel was fixed. As it soon was done, the friend was burst out laughing. So he said that they had forgotten the balls. So the wheel was taken out again and again. They could found 11 of 16 balls. 11 of 16 balls were put in the wheel. So when the wheel was fixed, it was really wobbling. that done, the friend was ready to call it a day. So at this point, the author made a sarcastic remark. He remarked that he appreciated his confidence and hopefulness. These words, however, encouraged a ground with his head between the wheels. The bicycle seemed to be showing spirits. It fell on him again and again and hurt him. It seemed that a fight was going on. One moment the bicycle would be on the gravel path and he on the top of it. The next, the position would be reversed. He on the gravel path, the bicycle on him. So at a 1:45, the friend and the bicycle both seemed to have had enough. So the author could not judge which of them received more punishment. So the friend said, I think that will do. The author took the friend to the back kitchen where he cleaned himself. Then he went home itself. Dear children, kindly go through this and we can discuss it through Google Meet class. Thank you.